carry heroes. Also, another usual suspect that is still in the pool is a Terrorblade. We've seen that quite a bit over the last week.
Nikes, you're potentially laning versus Nyx and DK. Looks like a pretty free lane if they do want to go for Lifestealer. I just haven't seen it too often lately.
No, it's not been very popular at all. Both of these squads, in terms of carries, have played Phantom Assassin.
I mean, PA could potentially be the secret pick. Jumping onto Io and Coddle, if they have the vision, is really strong. But, oh, AM's still in the game.
They can also jump on Io.
They knew it coming though. I think they knew.
Instant Meepo.
First Meepo game, let's go.
I have no idea how good this hero is right now.
Okay.
I know the build that people are doing for the most part, but maybe you have a little bit more of it.
Ace is playing Meepo.
It's his Meepo. He called for it. It's a really good matchup versus Queen versus a lot of the game. Same thing for AM. This catch is pretty ridiculous. I just have no idea how strong the hero potentially is right now.
But this is actually such an interesting pick because they needed some kind of fast-paced hero with a lockdown, right? Because that's what they lacked. And your options would have been so subpar if you had to go for something like a Wraith King or a Chaos Knight, heroes of stuns. But you pick this Meepo, who on paper will have a great game versus the two cores of Secret. It's just, how's his laning phase gonna go? I'm so curious. And how are they gonna lane it on Gladiators?
Remaining.
I just feel like if you are going to
5 seconds remaining.
call for your signature Meepo pick, you better be darn sure that you're going to deliver. So I cannot think of a reason to go against that because we have a lot of question marks with that, right? Because we don't really see it.
And I do have
instant.
I have No Tail in the back of my head right here. Honestly, I used to watch and talk with him. I mean, I still talk with him quite a lot. And whenever he would see Queen of Pains and whenever he'd see like anti-mages and he sees a Meepo, he usually says like, this Meepo looks godly in the game. Like they used to play the Meepo versus the Quap in lane too. So, I mean, if they pick it like that fast, they must have a big reasoning for it. I'm just unknown for the hero in competitive at the moment, but I like it, I think.
I really like it. We don't really have a gauge on Meepo's power level yet, but on paper, this hero is just so good in the core-to-core matchups. But also, I think Secret had a very fast-paced lineup going for them until they picked the anti-mage, and suddenly became more of a let's play 4 heroes and just leave them to farm. And had they gone for maybe a faster carry, they would have been able to play into the Meepo, but this Meepo's going to hit his timings way earlier than anti-mage will. So I like it. Let's hope it works.
We got a very normal, well-rounded draft on the side of Team Secret. You know, we can't complain about that. And on the other side, we got just a big question mark in Meepo. How is his power level at the moment? We're finding out with this game 1 together with ODPixel and T-Gov.
Thank you very much, Chief. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Game 1 of Team Secret versus Gaming Gladiators. And T, we have got some fantastic stuff today in this first game from the looks of it. We're getting a Meepo, we're getting to see some male anti-mage and stuff going on. I mean, T, what do you make of this? I mean, Meepo making an appearance here. How good of a Meepo game do you think this is on paper?
Well, it's nice to finally see Meepo return. We're going to say that one time, it's going to win this game and ruin pubs. And then we're all going to be, you know, super sad that it's now in every single game. But no, I think, honestly, it's better than people have been giving it shtick for. Just because, like the panel mentioned, when picked in the position where you see, you know, weak AoE damage or, you know, these mobile heroes that can get punished from the early Earthbind, like, it works quite wonders. And of course, you know, just to update people, yeah, it has been picked. Yeah, true. It has been. And Arkosh has beaten it. So this is now going to be the true test, all right? This is the true test for Meepo. On the hands of Ace. But no, you know, build-wise, it's, I think nowadays, you're buying, you know, Dragonlance for the stats of the, you know, the Agi, the strength for the clones. You then buy a second one into then, it's like obviously Blink, Hex, Skadi, that style of build. You're still playing the Assassins, roaming the map, farming up the map, going for the pickoffs. And it's still old school Meepo, so nothing too crazy has changed in regards to what the hero does.
Yes. I guess one of the differences that we are going to see straight up in how it starts the game is it's going to be laned in the safe lane, right? You know, you're not seeing this Meepo taking a lane on their own in the mid. They are going to be supported down bottom.
Yeah, and this is a big change up for just gaming Gladiators and how they approach, because normally they do put Ace in the solo safe lane. Think about his Tidehunters, his Legions, Timber Swords, right? They're often tri-lane to enable a Meepo. So Ace isn't unfamiliar to playing this area of the map as the offlane player. It is just going to be a difference in, you know, farm disparity. You know, Dracho, he's now playing a more utility style offlane on the Mars. So a big shift in the farming style of game of Gladiators, they were probably one of the most consistent teams for following a script within draft and play, and performing it to a super high level. So this type of left field change up in strategy, I don't think anyone would have expected it. And I mean, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, because when you see a team do this, you know, from gaming Gladiators, do you think this was something that, you know, they've had in store, their practice, or could this have been Ace sort of making the call, hey, let me play the Meepo, Meepo's going to be unstoppable against these heroes?
Ooh, you know, this is a type of scenario where they've probably done it like once in a scrim against a semi-decent team. They won super convincingly, and now it's been in the back of their minds the entire time, you know? I don't think it's something they've practiced crazy amounts, but it's probably, you know, at least one scrim, one practice match, and now it's like, yeah, boys, let's bring it to an official.
You wanted to go with me?
I mean, and you know, it's a best of 3. You know, it's game 1. Might as well give it a shot. And if it does work out here, it's definitely going to add something else to the list of things that you've got to be scared of gaming Gladiators pulling out against you in the draft.
Yeah, and I think in regards to a bit of history of Meepo, I feel like it did kind of fall in popularity just because, you know, the Divided We Stand was like a higher level to obtain it, and then also the poof damage was slowly getting nerfed patch by patch.
Yeah, it did.
And now I think it sits at max level. It's 90 damage, but it is pure, not magical like it used to be. So there are, you know, swings and roundabouts, but overall I think the hero is in a very average place where if you have a specialist, I'm sure you can get a lot from the hero and really, you know, dominate the game. But it isn't like the super OP, get to, you know, level, you know, 11, 12, kill everyone on the map, win the game type of hero.
Oh, well, we'll see how it goes on this game. And on the other side, things, you know, for Secret, Smail's going to have a bit of a slowdown there. Did try and get that Ring of Health as early as possible, but the courier's going to get taken out. So I'll have to wait a little time before he's able to pick that one up. Tips getting thrown out across the map already. How are we staying on the lanes? Anything getting out of hand? We've got mid lane, Boom, getting a bit of a lead against Nisha. 22 for 0 against the 15 for 3. On the side lanes, I mean, Ace is definitely having a slow start. He's not having an easy time hitting the creeps down here. He's got the lowest CS right now.
It's been a pretty difficult start just because Yapsor's been non-stop pulling the creep wave, so Ace has kind of been, you know, chasing them, following them as well. You know, Meepo, he does kind of want a more static lane to farm up, and again, you see the I's positioning. He naturally doesn't want to steal that early XP. Like we mentioned before, Meepo, he needs to get the levels early to get the Divided We Stand, to then be able to start being a bit more of a presence in both lane and jungle. Nice little click down here, actually.
Yeah, then give an Ice to proper right click down it. And Ice, yeah, he's prepared for a bit of a you know, sort of smashing down here. He's got the stats to withstand it. The double braces are done. 2 points to the Dragon's Blood. He'll be fine. Very unlikely they'll ever be able to kill him down here, and at least they can try and bully him back. Free up a bit of space for Ace to start getting the opportunity to farm. Mid lane. Boom. Now he has immediately has to go for the TP as Yapso to get the reach him with the stun. Oh, he is. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt big time there. Nisha getting the first blood, and Boom not having a TP to return to lane.
I think everyone wants to see that one in slow-mo. You know, was it a 0.1?
I think it was close to, wasn't it, on the TP? It was very close, but Yaps were able to reach in as he did. That hurts the mid lane big time. Nisha is going to be over the moon with that one.
Yeah, I guess the at least one, you know, positive from that is Ace did hit level 4, getting the second Meepo. He is somewhat independent now bot lane, so at least Io can TP mid without the fear of, oh no, my Meepo is going to get run at as well. So yeah, sure, Storm dies, but they're able to recover from the situation quite nicely.
Now we'll see it again here.
Oh, yes.
It was close. What did it get down to? Oh, it really did. It really did. He was so close to getting out, Boom.
That was like sub 0.1. That was a good one.
That is one of those moments that, you know, if it was a pub game, something would probably be being said in the chat. You know, some...
yeah. Keyboard slammed or something.
Yeah. Definitely a frustrating bit of Dota 2 there for Boom. But he's back in the lane. And his farm's still good. But Nisha, who was a little bit behind, is now taken over, of course, with that series of events. Mid.
And this is a, what was it? Team Spirit tweeted earlier today. Toronto Tokyo's tier list for mid heroes. I think he put Quap in D tier, in the bottom tier.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
I feel like we've been seeing less Quap, right?
Yeah, we have. But nothing because of the hero and like major patch changes. Like fundamentally, the hero's still the same. Sanj, Kaya, Shard, Noel's not doing the spell amp. The Prophet and all the other heroes in mid lane going up in popularity. It's one of those just natural meta shifts rather than it being Quap is bad. It's just more Quap's still good, but not needed to be first picked in the draft. It's now just there in the toolkit.
Are fortified.
Yeah, this Quap's going to need a good game to be able to kind of help bridge the kind of mid-game pressure that Meepo brings. So, for example, having Shiva's BKB.
See mid, trying to make a bit of a move. Yapsor and Puppy will be around to help out. Boom, waiting out for both carapace. We'll be able to finish off Yapsor as it comes to an end.
Nice. They needed that return kill for sure. They needed to. If they got away and Yapsor lived, bring both supports from Game of Gladiators. That was an important trade back. Yeah, like I was saying, against Meepo, as long as you can survive that map pressure of the mid game, and then you have the items to survive the jump. You have like Shivas for the the less HP regeneration, or you have like the attack slows and BKBs and stuff. You're able to comfortably, I say comfortably very loosely, survive going into the late game. But it's about going even or winning the early game to be able to make Meepo feel uncomfortable looking for the fights, because he knows he's jumping into like a one item advantage. It's very difficult when it's an anti-mage to carry. Like if it was any other semi-active style carry, Secret could look to group quite early to take that fight, but they're always going to be kind of looking to retreat and to skip the map and farm until they have a 3-4 item anti-mage. Yeah, it is a difficult entry to the game for
sure. Mid. That's another bit of a poke between Boom and Nisha. Yeah, talking about the anti-mage versus Zamel, we're seeing, again with the item build, something that... is this just becoming the norm now? We saw it the other day from Nico Baby on his anti-mage, I believe. You always want to be getting this Vanguard early, rather than just going for the Treads Battle Fury Rush. It slows down your timing a bit, but makes you just that little bit more unkillable in the early stages.
Yeah, exactly that. And, we just mentioned the fact that it's a difficult game for anti-mage to want to join fights in that Vanguard. It gives him that opportunity to, if he is jumped, the extra, damage block against the Meepos might give him that sustainability to survive.
And for sure.
Suddenly, out of position, you get that turnaround from maybe like a DK stun with a shard or the Quap ult. Like, there are ways for them to make plays, and it just gives anti-mage an insurance policy for farm. And again, like you said, you disassemble it, use that ring, create the Battle Fury. You can either remake Vanguard for Abyssal or just keep it casual and then go for, the Manta or something quicker. And it's just a very nice way to use disassembling in Dota.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it really limits that sort of vulnerability that an anti-mage can have early on. Without that sort of extra bit of buff to his HP and protection. The damage block. I guess this is working out quite nicely for Gaming Gladiators with the setup, because they have Tofu on a hero like the Keeper of the Light. Ace can take the jungle, and Tofu can, pretty single-handedly just keep this wave shoved out and make it very hard for Ice to actually get the chance to hit the tower too much.
Yeah, we're not going to be seeing this DK ever hit this tier 1 tower unless it's a Nyx plus bench all coming bottom to then try and out the Keeper of Light and then hit the tower. So yeah, very much farming kind of the macro play right now. Ace should be uncontested in the jungle. Tofu should be, farming up a storm bot lane. And yeah, you see, they're just being very efficient on their side of the map, and they're not rushing anything because they understand it's when Meepo is ready to fight, you need to have your entire, cast ready to join. Like Mars needs a blink, Storm needs either an Orchid or a Sanj Kaya, or like just any of the cheaper items, and then you look to non-stop fight around every time Meepo is happy to engage. But the first Dragon Lance complete right now. Again, in the pubs, we haven't seen Meepo in pubs recently in regards to Pro Tracker, but there's been, a couple hundred games, if that. It is very much Treads, double Dragon Lance, a Wraith Band, Blink Dagger, into then either like a Hex, Skadi. Ace actually opting just to go for the one Lance into Blink Dagger, trying to accelerate the pace of the game a little bit more. Of course, you know, in a pub, you probably have more breathing room to farm up a bit more, be greedier, but here he knows that he needs to hit that, you know, 13, 14-minute timing.
Oh, we're gonna get the move now from Nisha and Yapson. This is the move that you would expect turn into a tower if they can kill Tofu. Yeah, stepping up a little bit, but still has a keeper of the light. It's very speedy, so can just zip up and down the lane. Question is if they want to commit for the kill behind the tower, and if they do, if Gaming Gladiators will actually respond here, maybe. See what the plan is, or if they'll just let Tofu try and hold his own.
Perhaps it's a catapult wave. Keeper like can't really deal with that. Of course, he can kill the normal creeps, but catapult he can't, so it just passively goes down.
Top lane, Gaming Gladiators also getting the job done on the other side of the map. There's Secret on the verge of losing their tier 1 top. So keeping things close. I mean, a very, very passive start here from both teams. We're already 11 minutes in. It's only 1-1. Same amount of towers taken down as the kills that we've had from either side.
It's the calm before the storm, Owen.
Oh, it is. I mean, this game's going to pop off. I mean, you can feel that. Ace is quietly farming away Sumail. He's doing what he can on the other side of the map. Sumail's farm is a little bit behind all the other cores, though, right? He's actually having a bit of a slower start than... I don't know. Something slowed down on his farm, right? He's 1k behind any of the other cores at this stage.
Well, the key thing here is he hasn't been able to make that natural transition from the top lane where you TP into a mid engagement, you either go bottom to take the tower. Like, he's been locked into being the static farmer of top lane, farming whatever he's been given. Yeah. So he is naturally going to be lower net worth than most.
Top lane, Dracho off the mark with the spear. He's going to have a lot of background though. He's moving on top. Big jump from Nisha, he's ready to turn. Comes up with the sonic wave. They're bringing Dracho down low. Sumail trying to finish up the kill, but he's going to get speared back. Dracho keeps his distance. Celery, he'll be able to take Boom back out of there. Dracho will get left behind, ends up dying to the damage of Nisha. With a 1-for-1 there, despite the fact that we had numerous heroes from both teams turn up for that fight.
Yeah, if you're Gaming Gladiators, you should be very careful with these type of engagements because your damage is in the fact that if you hit the arena, it's the storm on top, the blast on top. There isn't this like continuous damage source in other drafts. So if they miss, like let's say the initial spear setup, or if they don't go on the correct hero, they might struggle. You compare that to Secret, it's a quap. Anti-mage slowly clicking around in these earlier fights. Like there's so many cheap spells. And you kind of saw it there. Secret happily brought everyone, and these are the small fights that they need to suddenly get a blink shard on the DK. Yeah. You suddenly have one more item towards Battle Fury, and if you're Gaming Gladiators, look towards your Meepo. He just completed the blink dagger. They're probably going to group up again. Arena's back up in like 15 seconds. This is where the pace of the game might, you know, just speed up so much that Secret struggles to take every single fight. But you know, it's still pretty close.
As close as it gets on the numbers. It really is. On top lane, Tofu should get picked up here. Sumail will be happy. A bit of gold and XP for him. He's able to get the finishing blow there onto Tofu.
Radiant's bottom tower.
That was a rather an aggressive position from Tofu. He's quite a cheeky player. He likes to try and get a bit more from the map. But him going down top.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here's the blitz.
He's getting the jump onto Puppy. Now get the chain locked down, take out the Enchantress, and the space is there for them to remove another tower from the map.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Now, I'm looking towards...
So it begins.
They're going to go for it. They're going to start on the Roshan here with the three of them. If Secret's able to do anything about this. Secret at the moment playing on the other side of the map, so nowhere near being able to get involved, and they don't themselves have vision around this point, so might not quite expect Gaming Gladiators to go for this. I guess they did see with the Wolf, so they just know that they can't really do anything to stop the Meepo from taking this Roshan at a very early timing here, 15 minutes.
Yeah, but this is so crucial where if Secret were to contest this, they lose the fight, you're then giving Gaming Gladiators an Aegis, an extra 3-4 kills, probably a couple tier 2, like it's way too much of the map you're sacrificing if you are to lose. The Secret, they identify the fact that this is Gaming Gladiators' power spike. This is their moment to try and win the game. Just give it up. Push out the lanes. We just saw Anti-Mage pick up the Battle Fury. It was only like 10 seconds slower than average. It wasn't like a disastrous start for Sumail, and that's kind of what you need. Everyone just keep slowly farming up, get the big ticket items, and then look to have that one decisive fight post Aegis to put Gaming Gladiators back in open position. Yeah, he's tanking up, Chief.
Making space for Samao, I believe is what he would tell you. He'll
Look how
slowly
sad
but
this is.
surely die as finally
there we
gets
go.
blasted there by Tofu. Smoke came out for a secret. They were starting to sweep up to maybe catch some of Gaming Gladiators splitting back up. Instant jump there, straight away with the Dragon Tail, but they have to tell that. He makes the attempt to try and stay, but couldn't quite do so. Ace is in with the counterplay. He's going to be able to continue to keep Nisha locked down. And he's not got quite enough damage. Oh, but it doesn't matter. Dragon comes down from the stairs. He's got the arena. So not only able to finish off Nisha, he's able to lock in both Ice and Yapsor. Yapsor, he can't run. The cleanup's there. Gaming Gladiators staying on top, and they're really starting to ramp up the pressure. You know they're going to be knocking on these tier 2s now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They have to. They have to make this map so incredibly small. And we got to see the classic Meepo v Cop, right? It's one net, right click, one net again. You barely get out, and then of course it's a good 10-11 seconds of just awkward staticness that allows the Gladiators to get into place and to clean up the kills. So yeah, Secret, they need to be careful. They have the pickup, but they don't have the team fight right now. The items will unlock the team fight. The heroes that they have enable to pick up. So it's going to be push out the waves, edge, Puppy, keep sending the creep top lane, poor anti-mage, play aggressively bottom on that ward, and then in that absence of time, they should then be able to take a fight. But I wouldn't be surprised if Secret, they opt against smoking or looking for any of these bigger plays and just play the wider map for now.
Tower is under attack.
We've got smoke from Gaming Gladiators. Ready to see what they can catch next. BKB's done, Dyrachyo, so he'll have a pretty easy time being able to charge and get the arena down. Just having that amount of control to allow Ace all the time and space to go from target to target with the cleanup.
Oh, yep, so very close. Broke the smoke on the Nyx Assassin. They didn't have any dust available on Ace or Dyrachyo, so they couldn't blink and catch him.
Gotcha.
And they move away. They do get the D ward. Yeah, Sumo just kind of dancing away from this aggression.
Oh, Ice. Ice, we're gonna have him. Ice got a TP out. Ace able to throw a net over the tree line. Put a stop to the TP. Set up for Gaming Gladiators to get another kill and continue to push in this top wave and start to pressure a second tier 2 here, 18 minutes in. Everything and continuing to go in terms of what you'd imagine Gaming Gladiators wanted it to do with the timings they want to hit mid lane. Straight away, Dyrachyo, he's able to get the opening. There's the follow-up. Ace locks down Nisha. Nisha's gone. Gaming Gladiators, they're making this map very, very scary.
Dire's courier
Samel
has
going to
been
lose his
killed.
courier here. As Secret, I mean, this, especially when that Meepo was picked from the draft, you've got to imagine this was not something that Secret were imagining would come out here today in this first game. And
I don't think anyone was.
They've got to have a backup plan, T, and the question is, do they? In this sort of situation, can Samel carry as an anti-mage against the speed and pace that Gaming Gladiators are bringing against them?
I think the saving grace might be the fact that like a butterfly, Manta, butterfly, Battle Fury, Abyssal, like I'm talking a very farmed anti-mage, and that's when you're going to be looking pretty good. Like the lockdown on Gladiators, it is in snares, vortex, and a spear. And anti-mage naturally he will thrive against this type of play if we can, fast forward time, if we don't hit the racks and get to like 40 minutes.
He's charging in under the tier 2s. He doesn't have arena. He has got BKB, and he has got backup, of course. Boom's over. BKB's going to have to be popped by Dyrachyo. Still no arena for 10 seconds. Secret are bringing in the TPs. Nisha jumps in Sonic Wave onto Boom, but Boom's able to zip to safety. Bottom lane, Ace, he's dealing with the mail. He's got the net locked down. He's going to be able to keep it permanently holding position. Finishes off the kill. Back up top, Dyrachyo continues to be in trouble. Arena is back up. Oh, it's in trouble. He's going to go for the TP out. They got anything to stop it? They don't. He's actually able to make it back to base safely.
That was a good TP. That was a nice clean TP, and unfortunately for Sumo, the global presence of the Meepo, right? He sees an engagement top, gets a little cheeky going for an extra wave bottom, instantly blinked on and punished by that Meepo. And he's just about to complete Skadi as well.
Yeah, this is some masterful stuff from Ace. He's just going to keep it going.
Back into it.
And so much backup here, ready to come and help out. There's Boom, Zips over on top of Ice is gone. Puppy, he also can't run. Ace ready to hold him down for infinity. Double kill for the Meepo. As I think it might be too much for them, T.
Yeah, it is right now. It's a 2500 HP Meepo. And if you think about the damage on Secret, like before they might have like the DK shard, this fireball does a nice little bit of damage, a sonic wave, a scream. Both of these moves, yeah.
They catch the Males. The Males gone again. They're pushing up the mid lane as well. Duracio, he's up to the tier 3s. The rest of the team's going to be ready to join him.
There is no map to farm. There's no way to get the items, and they have an incredible amount of burst now that the Meepo is online. They can take whatever they want.
See what they can do. I do have the fireball and the AoE at least a little bit nice to get against the Meepo, but at the same time Ace happy to wait it out. He's got a lot of HP to burn through to the tanky Meepo this early on, 21 minutes in.
Just don't feel like we haven't even mentioned it's the Illuminate as well, healing up the Meepo. Normally issues that Meepo faces is getting the heal. They're looking for a fight, kinda.
And Duracio, he's happy to take the fight. Wants the BKB arena down, he's got the two of them. Yap still getting all the boots in for the cleanup. Double kill for him. The buybacks have to come out from Secret. They're scrambling to defend their base. Jump forward with the Dragon's Tail, but there's no follow-up. Ace able to simply walk away with the safety of his teammates by his side. See where Gaming Gladiators want to go towards next. Tier 2 still down the top. Secret. They're going to try and get out on the map with a smoke.
Ooh, okay. This is a cool one. This is the bait Sumo. Think that he's farming by himself and will smoke behind him. I'm pretty sure Gaming Gladiators are going to be aware of this. They have a scan available if they want to, double check. And also, they don't seem to be rushing down to catch him off guard. So
Dire's top tower is
the
under
one play
attack.
Secret has available, Gaming Gladiators aren't, rushing towards it. Or are they? They've just smoked. Okay, no, they are actually looking for it.
But I mean, it does feel so
Dire's
scary
top
for Secret.
tower is
Even if
under
they're the
attack.
ones starting the fight, I don't know if they come out on top of it.
I mean, they don't have the damage, Owen. I'm just being polite here.
No, absolutely not at this moment in time. Not compared to what Gaming Gladiators can tank against. Ace, he's in with a jump up, goes straight away for Samel. Samel's just gone. Got the fireball down. Ace, he's just able to step to the side. He's jumping over. Sonic Wave looks like they're doing everything to try and burst this Meepo. But Ace is still alive. Can they even kill the Meepo once? From Yap, so they will. They're finally able to take Ace down. They have managed to kill him. But not without their own casualties, of course. It cost them 3 of their own cores, their Secret, to just get the trade on the Meepo. And Duracio is heading down mid. He's got a Deso coming out, so he's ready to start bashing into the buildings. As his mid-melee racks will be gone. I think that sort of trade, 3 cores for the one Meepo is probably as good as it's going to get for Secret in these team fights. It ain't getting any better than that.
It is perfect, it's one of those games that you get everything, you finally kill the Meepo, but then you look towards your team and it's the enemy side first, Pop's dead, it's like, oh, okay, whatever. And he has the Deso, like you mentioned, about to be delivered, there it is. With Iron, the overcharge, they have plenty of damage to clear out what was left of mid and now top lane. So yeah, this is just beautiful stuff from Gaming Gladiators thus far.
Absolutely. So yeah, a demonstration that the Meepo pick in the right hands, in the right situation. And if it catches some of these top teams by surprise, it's just deadly.
Scanning.
Yeah, it's like if you just think about it, right? It's like against Anti-Mage, against Quap. Both heroes that against maybe a big counter, they need to farm 15k gold to even think about playing into this hero. And that alone in Dota, concept-wise, that's just way too much time. Like Quap, it's Sanj, Kaya, a Shard, maybe a Shivas, then a BKB. A lot of gold. Anti-Mage, you still have to get Battle Fury to be able to farm. Then it's a Manta to maybe get out the roots. A Butterfly to survive the right clicks. Then you need some kill for it. Like, it's so much gold. And if you get there, sure, then you can maybe beat these heroes. You play a long 40-50 minute game. But against teams that know how to execute it, can take away the first Roshan and the second Roshan, it is devastating. frustrating. And like the map right now, if you look at Secret's vision, they've got a single ward. Actually, no, 2 wards now. You know, super far, hugging the right-hand side of the map. Like, they control nothing. They are just victim to whoever Meepo wants to turn up.
Our Secret setting up in the trees, seeing if they can catch anyone by surprise. Dyrachyo, not an easy one to jump. If he gets the BKB off, chances are he'll be able to put the arena and buy time for the rest of his team to turn the fight around. Let's see if they try for him.
You're welcome.
Gonna start poking.
Where's the party?
Already Boom. He's ready to look to hunt in the trees. Secret, they're already backing out of here. They don't want to take this fight.
Just one. Ooh.
They want to cut the creeps, but Boom and Celery, they're keeping the wave safe.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They'll look maybe
Another
towards the
question,
next
the
one.
Secret then.
Yeah.
Yeah, skip this wave, grab mid, grab top, but again, this isn't going
Dire's
to really help you
bottom
too much.
tower
This is
has
a
fallen.
This is just to do something, to kind of fill the void in which they wait for them to barrel into the bottom, you know?
Dire's
It
bottom
definitely
tower
feels
is
like
under
that.
attack.
Like, you know, what sort of options are there to deal with this Meepo problem at this stage? It just feels so hard because it really has been a perfect storm for the Meepo this game in terms of what it's picked against it and what it's been picked with. Here's the arena down on the bottom lane. They get the setup, they've got the lockdown on the Nisha. He's going to try and get out, he can't do so in time. Both dead, no buyback. As Gaming Gladiators, they're up and ready to take out this third and final tier 3 in barracks. Only Samel, Yamcha and Ice left alive to try and defend, but let's be honest, there's just not much of a defense. And Secret know it. GG is called, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1 going to Gaming Gladiators. As I think, whoever made the call to switch things up, get that Meepo in for race as the last pick. I mean, it was genius, team. It worked out as good as they could have imagined there. It was perfect.
No, and I'm so happy that it